Hey everybody, I'm Bill from GMAT and GRE Math Made Simple. Today we're going to talk about the GMAT, and we have the topics of proportion, the arithmetic mean, and also data sufficiency. Now, if you've taken it or you've been prepared for it, the reason I put the star there is because it seems to be the most difficult questions to answer, because it deals with one equation, two equations, but whether they are sufficiently good themselves, together, completely separate, or not together at all. Sometimes it's a little more difficult. So today we're going to go and do at least one of those questions. So let's get started with our proportions. So we will erase this, and then we'll go into the proportion questions. So the questions that we proposed on Monday were this. It says all working at the same constant rate, 8 bartenders can pour 96 shots per minute. So there's 8 bartenders, and there's 96 shots per 1 minute. At this rate, how many shots could 3 bartenders pour in 2 minutes? So we have right here, we have 8 bartenders, and they want to know how many does 3 bartenders do in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So what we can do here now is figure out what is the rate for each bartender per minute. So if we look at it, we have 96 per 1 minute. So that's something that we have for between all 8 of them. So what we can do is we take the 96, we'll divide it by the 8, because that's how many bartenders there are. And we find out that it will give us 12 over 1 bartender. So that means we have 12 shots per 1 bartender. So that'll work out. Okay? Now, but they're trying to figure out, well, how much would be for 3 bartenders. So we can take this number right here, 12, and that's only for 1. We want to find out for 3. So you multiply by 3. And that gives us 36 per 1 bartender for 1 minute. So now we have the 36, the three bartenders in 1 minute. Now we need to go and transfer it to the 2. So instead, we'll go through, since it's only 1 minute, we'll multiply it by 2 times 2, which will give us 72 per, that's 3 bartenders, for 3 bartenders over 2 minutes. So when you look at it, the number that you need to look at is 72, because that's the total number of shots that you will get for 3 bartenders over 2 minutes. Okay? And if you look at it, that'll be the number 4 option, the 4th option here. Or sorry, the 5th option here. Okay? So that one first dealt with proportion. Now I want to go into the arithmetic mean. Okay, I'll read the question quick. The average arithmetic mean of 2, 4, 6, and 8 equals the average of 1, 3, 5, and what? So what we can do here is we'll work with what they give us. So the arithmetic mean, so the mean of one set of numbers is supposed to be equal to the mean of another set of numbers. So let's figure this out. So the mean of 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 will give us, and we find out the arithmetic mean. If you take the numbers 2, 4, 6, and 8, that's what the numbers gave us, and over the number of numbers, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, and we get our average. And this has to equal 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus, we'll just call this one x. Now, and it's still divided by 4, so what we could do is we could either go through and find the average here and then try to find it here, or we can just cross this out, and because they both have the same 4 numbers, then we can figure out what these equal. this equals, and then what this needs to equal. So we have 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 6 is 12, plus 8 is 20. So 20 equals 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus x. Now when you go through and you do the simple, like terms, we have 20 equals 1 plus 3, which is 4, plus 5 is 9, plus x. Now we need to isolate the variable, so let's subtract 9, and we got 11 equals x. So this right here is our answer. Okay, that'll be the third option. If you wanted to check it out, we could go through and do it this way. We have the 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 divided by 4 equals, let's put the 11 in here where x used to be. We have 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 11 over 4. Okay, so we have, as we know what the top is, we have 20 over 4 equals, and we have 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 11 also equals 20 over 4. Now at this point you can say yes, or if you want to go down a little further, it would be 5 equals 5, because it reduces down to a lower number, to an easier number to remember. Okay, so that dealt with arithmetic mean. Let's go back into the proportions as well again. It says the latest model of a space shuttle can achieve a maximum speed of 25 miles. Let's put this here, 25 miles per 1 second. Okay? So now the question is this maximum speed is how many miles per hour? So now we need to figure out, well, how many seconds are in a minute, and then go from there. So we have 25. Now let's translate this into 1 minute. So we both know that this is 60 seconds for 1 minute. Okay? Now in order to do that, you see that we went from 1 to 60, so you multiply by 60. In order to get this to the same, you multiply this by 60 as well, which gives us 1500. Okay? So that's that. Okay, that's only for 1 minute, but it said per hour. So let's do this again. Let's push this over a little bit further, and we'll still have the 60. We have the 60 minutes, or 1 hour, and we multiply this by 60 again, and you multiply this by 60 again to get it the same, then you would get 90,000. So that's the easiest way to do it. And this will be your answer. And that'll be the last option, the last answer you can get on there. If you want to go and make it harder on yourself, which I totally do not want you to do, you could start with this. This could be a good starting point. But then you also can go through and figure out, well, how many seconds are in an hour. And you have 25 over 1 second. Then you multiply by how many seconds there are. So you have 60 seconds in 1 minute. Then you have 60 minutes, and that's, you do 60 times 60, which is 3,600. If you want to do it that way, and it will still give you 90,000. So make sure that you read the question and don't try to go and trip yourself up. This was simple because it was like we could just translate and move on to like an easier way to transcribe or to just naturally progress to the higher numbers instead of going through and doing the 3,600, because sometimes people see big numbers and they start freaking out. So let's go through and make it easy by doing it this way. Okay, and the last one is going to be our data sufficiency. So this one is going to be interesting. Okay, now the options that we have here, so the question says how many of the employees at company X have life insurance. So we're trying to figure out the number of people, or we'll go people, at company X have insurance. Okay, so right now we don't know anything about it, but they give us one, which is there are 300 people at company X, and 2. The ratio of people with life insurance is 1 to 5. Now, when it comes to the data sufficiency problem, we're going to have these 5 that are going to be there forever, because they're going to be the ones that are universally known. This one says, statement 1 is correct. Second one says the same thing, except statement 2. Okay? The next one says, I'm going to get these bunched up, but we'll go with 2 of them. It says both 1 and 2 are correct. It says neither are correct, but if you combine, it's true. Or it says neither are correct, and that's it. It means that neither one of these can help you out. So when you look at this, you can see like, okay, so what are we trying to figure out? We're trying to figure out the number of people that have insurance. Now we see that when it comes to statement number 1, you go through and you see there's 300 people at company X. Does that give you the answer to how many number of people have insurance at this company? The answer is no. So if it doesn't have it there, gone. Number 2, so the ratio of people with insurance is 1 to 5. Good to know. That's the ratio by how many people are actually there out of the 1 and the 5. What is it going towards? So we really couldn't get an answer off of that, because you got to teach each one of these scenarios separately. The only time that you go through and say that they are correct is if you're going to combine them. Then you have to go and use both of them together. But in this case, you do not need to go. You cannot use. You have to go through each one separately. So just like this right here. So it says both 1 and 2 are incorrect. Are correct. So if 1 is wrong, or 2 is wrong, number 3 is immediately out. So that's an easy way to do it. Now we have 2 options left. They said either are correct by themselves, or if you add them together, then they would be correct. So we'll go to the 4th one, and we see that is there a way to find out how many people there are at company X that have insurance? Well, in this case, when you add both together, you will see that it does work out, because there's 300 total, and the ratio is 1 to 5. So what we can do here to find the answer, if you want to do it, is multiply the ratio, and that gives us 60 people that do have it. So that right there shows that neither separately can solve this question, but if you go through and you add those both together, they'll work. And of course, if neither of them are correct, even if we add them, then that's wrong. So number 4 will be when they're both separately not correct, but when you combine them, they are correct. Okay? We're going to do a little bit more of these later on, maybe probably next week. So what I can tell you right now is I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you like these videos. I'm going to put these up on YouTube and everything like that. Later on tonight I have a meetup, so make sure you go there and do that. The link will be in the bio. I'm also changing up a little bit when it comes down to doing these things, so we can focus on concepts rather than equations. So soon I'll be going and changing them up. I hope you guys like what we're saying. Go to GMAT and GRE mathmadesimple.com, join our list, our email list. You can also go into the Facebook groups for either GMAT or GRE math interest. And also, like I said before, have a meetup. The link is in the bio. Go and join it. And it's pretty good. You have other people on there already. And there's a meetup tonight at 7 o'clock. It's on Zoom. Hit the link in the bio and you can go through and you can see it.